Previously on The Goblin Show. It's Gibrian, and I'm not gonna call myself Gib Gobber the Op Stopper because someone got really mad last time I did it. What's up, Goblin Nation? It's Gibrian, and yes, I've seen the backlash in my comment section. The people are demanding I call myself Gib Gobber the Op Stopper, and today I'm here to tell you, the Op Stopper has died. Comment below if you have a better name I should use, and I'll pick the best one. Oh, and while I have you here, I want to go over the post they made in the RELL's Discord about testing. You see, over here on the Gibrian channel, we don't just cover RELL's theories or suggestions, we also cover the news, so subscribe if you haven't. So basically, let me summarize this for you guys. In the coming weeks, they will be finishing up the, like all the game's mechanics and putting them together so the game will actually be complete. And then they're going to start letting in rounds of testers, which are different than waves of testers. Previously, they had done wave 1 and they were going to start wave 2 and 3 of tester. I think there might have been a 4th one, but it looks like they're going to be doing rounds, and it says they're going to need 5 people max for the first round. And then they'll do a second round, and the final testers will become part of the balancing team. I don't like the phrasing final tester. Like, is the game just going to release, or are they going to do another set of testing? You know, what happened to the waves? Are we just not doing waves anymore? I've heard people say that testing has already begun because they're checking, the game on Roblox and seeing it as more people, but it says in the coming weeks. Like, I don't think they're doing the rounds of testing yet. I think we have some weeks for that. Oh, and another thing, if this is the final bit of testing and then the game's going to release, that's good, because then that means the game's coming out sooner. But I know a lot of people are going to feel like they're getting scammed because people paid for tester, or they paid for the subscription so they could get tester. You know what I mean? They even have like different gold and silver testing tiers. So it feels really weird if they're just going to skip all that. Personally, I think they're going to do like 2 or 3 days at the end when the game's fully done. But then you're not even really doing tester. You're just like, they're like checking it off so they can't get in trouble, with like their fan base. Oh, and I feel like a lot of people are forgetting that they said they're going to release the closed community version of the game earlier. So that's a further delay, because they haven't even started this, and this is probably going to be months, I'd say at least a month. So whatever release date you're thinking of, add a month to it, at least, and that's just for the closed community delay. Maybe they're just going to give gold and silver testers, the closed community access and call it a day, so it won't end up delaying like the rounds of tester. But still, the closed community version, I think, is going to push the game back a good amount, since we literally haven't even started it. So yeah, basically October, November release is starting to seem more and more likely, which is really depressing, but we'll manage. So let's shake off some of that sadness and get into the video. Today we have a banger episode for you guys. I know some of you guys really like my suggestion series, and it's been a couple of weeks since I did one because I kind of wanted to give you guys time to come up with some good ideas. Looks like you guys needed more time. Bazinga, you've been laptopped. Oh, and one last thing before we get into the suggestions, join the Discord if you're still looking for a crew. Right now we have 3 divisions. The first one is a PvP division, so if you like fighting or are good at it, join this one. The second one is PvE for the more casual players. They'll be specializing in like resource gathering and helping out the crew. And then the third division is undecided right now. We're still kind of looking for a new leader. But if any of these sound good to you, don't forget to join the Discord and pick a division. Alright, you already know how it goes. Buckle in, because delicious times are ahead of you. Let's head over to the Discord and start with an idea I actually like. This one's called Crew Chest. Basically, this is a shared inventory for your crew members, so you can all use the chest and put items in and basically share it. I think this idea would work even better if it worked even when your other crew members were offline. That way you could maybe have it on your boat, or we're not really sure how boats work, if like, if you're in a crew, only one of you can have a boat, or if you could each just spawn your own boat. But it'd be cool if the game could tell that you were in a crew together and then have like a chest you could all access. Maybe each of you gets a copy of it in your ship, kind of like an ender chest in Minecraft. Alright, I think this one's from the official RELL's Discord, and he wants to eat people. I don't know why you guys are so weird. I know a lot of people post joke ones, but this one's a little weird. I don't think this one's a joke. And here we have a cool idea for a unique custom devil fruit called the Sigma Nomi. Oh, and here's another terrible idea. This one is diversity with fruit. Basically, they wanted to make it hard for you to swap devil fruit, but their answer for it is to make you pay 1,000 Robux, which just turns into pay to win. So it's like, at least be creative and come up with a better solution, because people are still gonna pay 1,000 Robux. What is that, like $12? Like, it's not even that much. Yeah, and it looks like I'm not alone because it has 24 thumbs down. Actually, 31 if you count the yellow thumbs down there too. And over in the YouTube comment section we have, I think it would be amazing if they made a battle pass that gave fruits daily and free bonuses. I'm just kidding, that would be a terrible idea. Well, I'm glad they at least realized it is a terrible idea. I'm still adding it in the video because I want to make fun of their initial idea, because some people actually think there should be a battle pass. And man, am I sick of battle passes. Why does every game need battle passes now? Like, the reason they made sense in battle royales is because in a battle royale you're starting over, so it's kind of hard to progress. or like level up, and so battle passes are like a way for you to feel like you're progressing. But every game has a battle pass, and I hate it because then you're just timed to finish your content. Oh, and here's a really cool suggestion from my Discord. This one's from Ada, or I guess ADA, I'm not sure how they want us to say it. One of the more active members in my Discord, and they used AI art to come up with different creatures that could show up in RELL. I think this is such a cool way to use AI, especially since not everyone's like a talented artist, and even if you are, who wants to take the time, especially for like a RELL suggestion. The first one they did is a bioluminescent fish. I think this one might be confirmed. Some of the fish they showed off early on were really weird looking, so I'm sure one of them glows, but this one could be really cool. Imagine like a giant one that's like glowing, you know, like kind of like the Leviathans, but maybe it doesn't attack you and it's just like cool, and sometimes you'll see it in the distance. This next one is called Big Ol' Bird. This one's pretty cool. I like the way it's kind of like a raptor and also kind of like a bird. This is definitely one of those I think might be better as just like a type of enemy, you know, like maybe fighting a group of them at once could be cool. Oh, and here we have another classic enemy type that you see in fiction a lot. This one's the sandworm. If you've seen Dune, you know what a sandworm is, although those are massive compared to most of them. What's interesting about sandworms is that they're both sci-fi and also fantasy, which gives them like cool variety. And next we have a Leviathan Clouds flying whale. This one's really creepy. It also feels really out of place. So I don't think they'd add this one or anything like it, but it's a cool idea. And for the fifth one, we have Scary Odd Dinosaur looking thing. This one kind of feels like the boss version of that other bird for number 3. So that's kind of interesting too. Actually, I think it might have been number 2. Oh, and up next we have a scorpion, a sand scorpion specifically. Little known fact about me, I love scorpions, so this one would be really cool, especially as like a big boss that like digs down in the desert in Alabasta. I think it could be really fun to fight if you have to like watch out for the sand moving or, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, and I'd love to have one as a mount. I think it'd be so cool. And the last one we have is a cloud giant. So I'm assuming this would be, based on the name, very big. Obviously there's no background here, so you can't really see it, and he even mentions that there. I think it'd be really cool in Skypiea, like he mentions. I think clouds would really work as a theme, and it'd be cool to see like one of the islands just suddenly stand up, you know what I mean? Or maybe the cloud islands in Skypiea have like, you know, like tufts of cloud that are like poking out, kind of like rocks would be on, you know, on the planet. But let's say one of these like bumps of cloud just stands up, and that's actually a cloud giant. Kind of like the way golems are in Ark. I don't know if you played that game. Moving on, we have Bond Clay fighting style. I don't really have anything to add, just add it. I think more fighting styles is always good, and Bond Clay is one of the goats. Oh, and this comment says they hope they add a grand fleet, which would be like a mode where, you know, fleets could take each other on, kind of like a crew battle, but bigger. I don't know how servers would be able to handle this, but I really like the idea, especially since I have a fleet of my own. In the description. This suggestion is to add snipers. I think this one's a banger idea. We don't know how far render distance works in the game, so maybe you can't even see that far away, like if there's other players. But it'd be really cool if you could snipe someone from like another island or something like that if you had high level observation. And this suggestion is for an island taking system. This one is basically like, I've seen in some other One Piece games where you like go to a flag and claim it. They mentioned that they don't want it to be on islands with NPCs, but I think NPCs should be fine. They're not really going to fight you for it. And even if they do, that makes sense, right? Like, you're not going to claim an empty island. And here we have an idea for a black market. I think they're kind of hoping players do all the trading and stuff like that, aside from some vendors. But I think it'd be really cool to find an island that has like a big black market that you can shop at. Maybe they get random items occasionally or rare materials. And this comment is to add human experimentation. That is kind of canon in One Piece, especially with like, spoiler alert, Sanji and like his whole family. So I don't know, I guess that'd be kind of weird, but you know. Next we have another idea that I've seen suggested a lot. Not much to add here. Emotes, they're good for roleplay, so I think they should definitely exist, and if they make a bunch of cool ones, they could even charge us for them as long as it's not too bad. I'm not saying I want more paid stuff, but you know, they gotta monetize somehow, right? And here for this idea, we have RELL's Devil Fruit events. Basically, this would be an event where you would be able to attack a marine ship or something and get a Devil Fruit, similar to the way Shanks and his crew got the Gomu Gomu no Mi. I like this idea. I don't think it should only be Devil Fruit, like maybe you can get a super rare weapon or a super rare stuff. I think it adds more randomness, and I don't like that it'd be like a guaranteed way to get a fruit, you know, because then people would just be farming it all the time or waiting for it to trigger. Oh, and here's another good idea to add blood. I don't know if they do like blood actually, but battle damage would be really cool. I know they do it in Shindo Life, and they even mention it here. I think it's really cool to see visual damage when you're taking like a lot of hits, you know, so that way it's more like accurate too. Adds a lot of realism, so I think it'd be really cool. And for the last one, we have charge, so that's why now game today. This is actually kind of genius because I think it just could add like a lot of realism and depth, and I think I'm gonna end the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun looking at these suggestions. I think you guys had some really good ones this time. Last time, I don't think they were as good, but I'm glad I gave you guys the extra time. You guys really did need it. Anyways, join the Discord if you want to add your suggestions and maybe appear in a video, or you want to join our crew, since we're aiming for the top, and we're definitely going to get one of the bigger crews on Real Seas, so. Oh, and my last video did so crazy. Thank you guys so much for the support. I'm always glad to have you guys here, and I'll be back with another video this weekend. This one's kind of early for me, so hopefully I get more time to watch another one. Last week I only did one, but it did so well that I was kind of like, you know, I'm chilling, you know. I don't really want to stretch out this type of thing, so, you know, we'll be back with more stuff, and see you guys.